Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I want to talk to you about a story that unfolded yesterday out there in Center City, Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania. Shout out Philly, in which a guy, they call him the vagrant, so I guess it was a homeless guy, came into a store and was doing a bunch of craziness. And he was told to leave the store. Guy left, came back, seemed like he was under the influence of something, got in there, got behind the counter, tried to rob the place. Security guard confronted him, started mollywopping people in there. It was so bad that the security guard sprayed him with pepper spray and had to discharge his weapon in a department store. I want you guys to take a look at this and we'll come back with commentary. This right here is truly crazy, man, in broad daylight.
For shoppers in Center City, the Brandy Melville store on the 16th and Walnut blocked off by police tape after police say a security guard fired his gun. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Jennifer Lee. Tonight, that security guard is speaking out. He says he fired to warn the suspect not to actually hit anyone and also to keep the shoppers safe. Our Steve Keeley is live in Center City. And Steve, I'm sure this was not the kind of workday he was expecting.
Yeah, the store stayed closed after this incident at 2 o'clock. The signs they hope will come off, and they hope to reopen tomorrow as planned at 11. But they are happy for one colleague here named Mark Rodriguez, who's worked in the store security business for 30 years. And it seemed like every minute of that experience came into play today here.
A gentleman came into the store. We thought he was high on drugs. He decided to go through the store rampaging and stealing. When he was approached and we asked him to stop, he got belligerent. Started going crazy.
Philadelphia police were on scene instantly when the call came in, shot fired in the store at 2 p.m. A 41-year-old man who was removed from the store earlier in the day came back a second time, went behind the counter trying to rob the place, police say, and started a violent struggle, refusing to leave.
He was in my store twice today, yes.
And how tough was it to try to get him out of the store?
It was very hard. See, we're not allowed to stop anyone from shopping, whether they're a vagrant or not, because we're not allowed to profile. So anyone's allowed to come into the store. I pepper sprayed them at first. We use less lethal at first. That's our number one goal. Our number one goal is to use less lethal at all times. So when the less lethal didn't work, we had to resort to other measures.
The next measure was to pull his legally licensed to carry gun.
Sure if he had weapons, I was not sure. So when he went reaching for a weapon, I had to draw mine and hold him at gunpoint to make him to comply.
And then fire what Mark called a warning shot safely into a wall.
It was a warning shot.
Oh, gotcha.
It wasn't a shot directly at anybody.
Were you for sure that that shot was going to go into a wall, not hit anybody through the wall?
Yeah, I knew it was going into the wall. One thing about our job is I account for all my bullets. It made him flee out the store.
Police called him soon after, close by at 15th and Spruce Streets, where Mark then came to positively identify the man, who was then taken to the hospital for the pepper spray only.
I just started fighting people for no reason. We were just scared. I have a store full of females, so I had to defend them as best way I possibly could.
Hey, Mark, is retail becoming a dangerous business?
I believe so. It's an up and down situation. With the way the economy's going and everything political now, people are doing anything that they can to survive. And retail is the one part that's catching the brunt of it. I'm going back to work tomorrow.
Mark, what did the police tell you?
They said, congratulations, you did a good service.
And they also kept his gun because that is protocol, but he'll likely get it returned soon. So what you're looking at now is a string of ceiling fans that are whirling here while the place is closed, and that will hopefully clear the air inside from that pepper spray. And that young female staff that Mark was protecting can get in here before opening time and clean up those clothes off the floor and the ruckus that was caused behind the counter out back there and get back in the business. But you can bet those 4 young ladies that were working here we met today and Mark are be a close-knit team when this place gets back in business as scheduled tomorrow. Jason?
Steve Keeley there. All right. Thank you very much there of that scene in Center City there. All right. Appreciate it, Steve.
All right, guys, that's the story of this 42-year-old man that they call a vagrant, saying I guess he was homeless, left the store, was put out, came back. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The security guard is lucky they ain't bring him up on some type of charge for discharging a firearm in public. Even though they saying this whole thing is, like they saying, like I guess like he got a hook because he was licensed. But man, nowadays you don't even know when you can protect yourself, even if you have a concealed carry license. Now, luckily nobody was hurt, but this just goes to show you how wild people are nowadays. And if you paid attention, did you see the part where he said, when homeless people come in the store, we can't tell them to get out because we get caught for profiling. So basically, anybody's allowed to come in the store, whether you know if they buying or not, and just walk around and just do all kind of shit. Said the guy left, was put out, and he came back. Makes no sense. Said he was high off of something. Walks right behind the counter and tries to take the money. Then when they try to stop him, he starts attacking people. People out of their minds. This guy's 42 years old. Out there in the street, I guess. My question is, how old is too old to be taking drugs? Seriously. Now, I don't deal with any drugs or anything like that. I never really have. But I mean, Jesus Christ. Seriously, I mean, this is just the world we living in right now, where people just come in, you can be minding your business, somebody just come in and fuck you up. Or just cause all kind of disturbances. It's like people don't have no shame no more. A long time ago, people used to have this thing called embarrassment, or like being embarrassed, or not wanting to be seen a certain type of way. You don't see that nowadays. Now, regardless if this guy was homeless or not, shit like that shouldn't happen in the commercial business. You know what I'm saying? And it must have been bad if you really think about it, to where he must have really been fighting on them people for this guy to pull out pepper spray, and he said the pepper spray didn't work, so he had to pull his gun out and let the gun off to get the guy to run out the store. It's just wild. I mean, just having any job now, you never know who you're going to come across or what kind of motives they got, whether they're sane or insane. And that's the problem we have out here nowadays. Like, if you pay attention to stories I didn't even do, where they're showing a bunch of people, namely kids, just running up in convenience stores or other stores in a mob and just grabbing a bunch of stuff and running out. For what? It's like, you know, he said, oh, the economy's messed up. And the economy been messed up. It been messed up. But this rash of people going in stores and doing all kind of crazy stuff, that's what's building. And on top of that, let me say this before I get out of here. It's crazy how now going in the store and stealing or doing a Debo, where you go in there and take something and dare somebody to do something about it, it's beyond me. This guy was sitting on TV and he sat there and he said, well, we can't really put our hands on him or do anything to him like that and this and that. And these people know it. That's why they go in there and they do this type of stuff. A security guard, I mean, it's a job. I myself wouldn't be a security guard. Because number one, if they do come in there and they don't understand your position and they know you a security person, you the first brunt of the target to get through if they want something. So a lot of times your life hangs in the balance just because you wear a uniform and got a badge on, or just are in the wrong place at the wrong time. That might be your job. Another thing is, a lot of these people know that security guards and stuff can't touch them. They go in there and act the fucking fool, and then you as a security guard, you just there taking license plates or doing whatever. This whole thing's a big mess. It is. It's like nobody knows the golden rule when we was brought up as kids. Don't touch shit that ain't yours. Now, I guess doesn't get teached no more in the households. Because you seeing motherfuckers doing some of the most stupidest stuff that defies human logic. Whether they're sanely doing it, motivated to do it, or just not. You know, there's been homeless people for the longest time. There've been people on drugs for the longest time. But with the dynamic of the way things are moving in society, a lot of these people are making their presence known by doing stuff that a long time ago wasn't accepted. And that's the problem out here. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Who knows how much business that these people lost yesterday after they had to close up that shop. All because somebody went to come in their store and be an asshole. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.